side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Storms surge and fires burn, but you don't hear the call. 'Cause fossil fuels are paying you, does it weigh on you at all? Corporations raise you up, but we can make you fall. You picked a war with our generation, does it weigh on you at all? Does it weigh on you at all? Does it weigh on you at all?
Imagine this. As a part of over 3,500 different strike events in 139 countries globally. In all those events, youth like us and community members like us are gathering to get our collective voices heard on this global crisis. And with this kind of dedication, the dedication that we all use today in hauling ourselves out of schools and out of work, to stand here and demonstrate to the people who are calling the shots for us, this is the dedication that we will need to make these strikes the largest movement for global climate justice in human history. Now, our purpose today is to make our demands clear to the officials and to make them understand that the youth and the community of America are not going to give up on our lives, our planet, and our future, and tell our leaders that this is what democracy looks like! The foundation for our demands have been laid by the National Sunrise Movement, which is led entirely by youth. And the Eugene Coalition for the Climate Strike crafted our own list of demands for the city. They are as follows. No more fossil fuel industry money in politics or in campaign contributions. No new fossil fuel infrastructure for exports, which start by ending the Jordan Cove pipeline project. Hold the fossil fuel industry and executives legally and financially accountable for their deception and their harm of the public. We will support a national Green New Deal with complete decarbonization in time to keep global temperature increase below 1.5 degrees Celsius, according to the IPCC's guidelines and a local framework that will guide its implementation into our community. And an Oregon Green New Deal, as the Oregon Just Transition Alliance has proposed. And finally, mandatory climate justice and ecological literacy curriculum in public schools developed and implemented with input from students, from advocates, educators, and experts in relevant fields. We can achieve these. It just takes showing up. Now, in order to generate action on these demands, our coalition has planned a series of events for the following week that will take place throughout the following week to help build support for climate justice and a fair transition away from fossil fuels.
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
We elect officials to do a job. We elect officials to represent and protect us. And when I hear those officials saying that we cannot pass the Green New Deal, we cannot convert to renewable energy, we will never be able to get away from coal or fossil fuels, that's telling me that you are not qualified. You are not qualified to protect us. You're not qualified to represent us. If you can't find a way to make the Green New Deal work, if you cannot find a way to allow us to transition justly and economically safely to a renewable energy planet, country, city, or state, you are not qualified, and we will not vote for you.
1, 2, 3. We need to wake up. We need to rise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now.
City Councilors and Mayor, your Eugene Sustainability Commission has voted unanimously Wednesday, September 18th to request City Council approve the Commission's resolution of support for the local youth-led climate strike, a resolution which you can find in your packets tonight. This is a specific action you can take tonight as yourselves and your sustainability staff consider the specifics of our emergency climate declaration. If you support this emergency declaration and the youth-led climate strike, please stand up now.
350 Eugene declares the current state of global greenhouse gas emissions, along with the lack of sufficient action worldwide, to have reached a climate emergency. Addressing the climate emergency requires a very rapid transition to carbon-free sources of energy from current fossil fuel use. With no comprehensive state of Oregon plan in place for greenhouse gas emission reductions, it is imperative that individual Oregon cities and counties define their own targets for carbon reduction in support of the IPCC 2018 report calling for limiting warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Our biosphere is being sacrificed so that rich people in countries like mine can live in luxury. It is the sufferings of the many which pay for the luxuries of the few. The year 2078, I will celebrate my 75th birthday. If I have children, maybe they will spend that day with me. Maybe they will ask me about you. Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything while there still was time to act. You say you love your children above all else, and yet you are stealing their future in front of their very eyes. Until you start focusing on what needs to be done rather than what is politically possible, there is no hope. We cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis. We need to keep the fossil fuels in the ground, and we need to focus on equity. And if solutions within this system are so impossible to find, then maybe we should change the system itself. We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, and you will ignore us again. We have run out of excuses, and we are running out of time. We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not. The real power belongs to the people.